Hey there Facebook, it is Vanessa here again, your motivational speaker, trainer and head coach from Live, Love, Give. And today I have got a special message, as I always say, for you guys, which is ultimately around one of my favorite topics, which is dealing with uncertainty in our lives. And ultimately today's message is all about the fact that your level of comfortability with the unknown is your greatest determinant of you reaching your highest potential. And so how I can say that, and probably an easier way to sort of understand, is that when you can get comfortable with the uncomfortable, it is the biggest determination in terms of whether you will actually reach a higher level of your potential, whether you will reach a result or a goal that you've never attained before, above all else. And that's what I really wanted to bring to you. And there's a great quote that I took back from when I first came across Tony Robbins' work, which is, and I love it, I really keep this, it probably comes up for me at least every week. I'm probably saying it to somebody, or I'm reminding myself of it, which is ultimately that the quality of your life is in direct proportion to the amount of uncertainty you can comfortably live with. And I love this one because I have a high need for variety, uncertainty, because I have a solid centered belief that when I am in the realm of the new, I'm going to thrive. I'm going to learn something. I'm going to grow. I'm going to get to a new level. And it's exciting to me. And so, but what holds most people back, and myself included at different times, is that fear of the unknown. That fear of, well, what if I do this thing and it's not going to be any better? What if it makes things worse? What if I fail? What if it's not what I expected it to be? And ultimately what people do is they choose to stay comfortable with what they know, even if it's kind of uncomfortable, even if they're not actually happy. They choose to stay there because they're so scared of the potentiality of things being even worse or different or changing. And at the end of the day, we cannot control the fact that life is changing and shifting all of the time. All we have control over is how we're going to handle it. So I like to think about getting really comfortable with the unknown. And the way that I do that is because if you think about, and I explain this all the time, when people say they're scared of something, I say, think about that feeling, think about that physiological response that you get and you generate when you are scared. And I want you to think about, like, how does that feel in your body? And then it's so close to the exact same feeling of what excitement feels in your body. You know, it's the same feeling. So how about we make the shift from you being terrified and scared to actually excited? And the difference comes from you projecting a fearful, painful result into the unknown future that you can't determine anyway. You might as well choose what you're going to make it mean, and you might as well choose it to mean something more exciting and have positive expectancy about all the good that could come from you diving into the unknown. So I really want you guys to think about today's message in terms of where in your life do you know you're kind of in this weird comfort zone? You know, maybe it's in your health. You know, you're kind of just like doing just the bare minimum of what's possible to kind of stay in your comfort zone there, but you know that you're not living to your highest potential in your health. You know you're letting yourself down. You know you're not doing great things for yourself, and it's diminishing your vibrancy, your energy and excitement for life. Or maybe it's in your relationships. You know, so many of us settle for the known. We settle because we think, oh, what if I don't find somebody who loves me this much? Or what if, you know, even though we have that feeling of like, this isn't right, we can stay stuck in what's comfortable because we're too scared to be alone. We project this right to, you know, us being on our deathbed and we're surrounded by nobody and nobody cares about us, and we catastrophize these things because we're so terrified of venturing into the unknown. Or maybe it's in your job, your career. Maybe you're in a career that's kind of cushy, like you kind of, you know, you can pay the bills and it's comfortable and you know the people at work and whatever, but there's that burning desire inside that's just like, you know you've got more to give. You know that there's more than just this, but you're so scared of venturing into the unknown. And what if you just got more comfortable with dealing with the unknown? What if you just got more comfortable with uncertainty? What if you learnt to value uncertainty over certainty? And how would your life change if you just made that shift? And you know what? I want to also let you know that every single time in my life, and I challenge you to think about this in your life as well, every single time I've done something that ventured into the unknown, you know, I shifted out of, you know, just like comfortability in my health. I shifted out of a relationship that wasn't serving me or them. I shifted out of a business that was just like, kind of just like all that I knew, and I was scared and terrified to do things on my own. But you know, I shifted out of that. Every time I've made a major transition and ventured into the unknown, it has paid off tenfold, and I couldn't be more grateful to my past self for actually having the courage to make that shift and value the uncertainty. But you need to have a strong centered belief in yourself, a trust within yourself that you can handle whatever challenge you are faced with. You can't prevent the challenges occurring in your life. As much as you want to stay in your cushy comfort zone, those challenges are going to show up in just different ways. You can face the challenge of the unknown and venturing on a new path, or you could face the challenge of being unfulfilled and knowing that you're selling yourself out. You know, there's different challenges. We're never going to avoid them, whether you stay in your cushy comfort zone or you venture out into the unknown. But you know what? Every single time you back your intuition and you venture into the unknown, it pays off, not only in terms of result, but in terms of your ability to trust within yourself and have the experience that you were courageous enough to do something that you didn't think you could do. And look what you did. You just proved to yourself that you could, and you could handle whatever you were challenged with and faced with. And that, my friends, will set you higher and higher in terms of reaching a new level of your potential, because building that trust within yourself that you know you'll back yourself no matter what challenge you're faced with. You can handle it and you can back yourself. And if that is a belief that you guys out there feel like you really need to make a change in your life, and you feel like you just don't trust yourself, I encourage you to get a book that the amazing Hassani mentioned in yesterday's Facebook Live, which is absolutely one of my favorite self-development books. It's an absolute classic, and if you haven't read it, you must go and get it. It is Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers. It's an oldie, but an absolute goodie, and the thesis of that book is ultimately to build that trust and belief in yourself that you can handle anything. That is what gives us the courage to venture into the unknown and ultimately reach higher levels of our potential. And on that note, if you guys haven't already, I really want to make sure that you have come on over and joined us in the Limitless Potential Inner Circle Facebook community, where we are all striving to get to that new level of our potential, and we want to support and encourage and challenge you to do exactly that as well. So make sure that you click on the link above and request to join, and I'll approve you into that group. It's almost up to 3,000 incredible human beings, so I'd love for you to be part of that, and we can go deeper there. And definitely want to check in with you guys. Excuse the voice still. I'm still kind of overcoming this Tony flu, but I'm getting there, and just about to take off to beautiful Warrnambool down the coast here in Victoria, Australia, down to the beach for Christmas and everything fun there. So can't wait to show you guys down there if you haven't seen it in my past videos. And I've got Elena and Jessica and Jody and Carolina and Judy and Elliot and Sam and Zach. Oh, that's so kind of you. I love that you could listen to me all day, even with this cold going on. So I so appreciate that you're getting value from these messages. Zach, thanks for being here. And Sam, hello to you. And Vicky and yeah, Jon. And Howard and Adrian and Raquel and Elliot, yes, hello to you, and Brittany and Vince and Alonia and Spady and Cheryl and Aaron and Jeannie, awesome to see you guys. And got another Vanessa, love it. And Dominique and Sam, comfort limits my growth. Absolutely, you know, and the sooner we can know that our desire to hold on to and control and be in comfort all the time is so limiting. It is the number one limitation, really beyond that belief within the self, because ultimately we hold on to control and comfort because we do not trust within ourselves. We are not trusting in our ability to figure things out and always learn and grow from any circumstance. So we need to get beyond that, and that's why I mentioned that amazing book, because I think that was the book that really solidified it in my mind, of having that trust and belief that I can handle any inevitable challenge I will be faced with. And that, my friends, is the absolute foundation to any achievement in the long term, and ultimately achievement in terms of fulfillment. So I love that, and thanks for sharing, Sam. And Justin's here, and Jan, I go by what ifs as well. What if it works? What if it all goes right? What if it causes me to reach my better self? Absolutely. You know, whenever we have a negative what if, there's always a positive what if. So, and like I said, you know, we can't know what's in the future. So if you're going to choose to project something into it, you might as well choose something more empowering, don't you think? You know, and so I love that you brought that to the conversation, Jan. Thank you so much. And Stephen and Melita and Frank and Elliot, our thoughts manifest our future. We should focus on the positive to obtain positive results. Absolutely. You know, what we focus on absolutely expands. You know, it's part of our human brain. We can't focus on everything. You dictate to it what you want to choose to focus on. And so what's like, you know, all the negative is always going to be available, but so is all the positive. So if your brain can't focus on everything, you might as well get it to focus on what's positive, what's working. And that, no matter what the result, you will always find the lesson. You will always find the positivity. And with positivity comes momentum and energy. And that is what we want. When we focus and default to the negative, you know, it stunts our growth. It limits us completely. And we always feel this sense of emptiness because we know deep down we've got so much more to give and experience and create and share, but we're limited because all we're seeing and focusing on is the negative. So I absolutely love you bringing that to the conversation, Elliot. Thank you so much. And it's great to see you. And Sam, I love that shift, embracing unknown rather than known. Absolutely. The more that you can do of that, then the more you are going to grow and feel fulfillment and build that trust and belief and courage within yourself. It's just absolutely how it is. And Jeannie, yes, it's great to just go for it because you learn something new every time. Absolutely. And with the kind of mentality like you have there, Jeannie, you absolutely do, because you've trained your brain to find, you know, to find what the new thing to learn is. So you always will. You know, our brain is always trying to prove itself right. So if you have a good empowering belief, like, you know, no matter what happens, no matter every time I go for it, I will always learn something new, that's what's going to happen. But if you have a belief that's like, oh, the unknown is scary and something bad always happens and it always ruins what's good in this moment, you know what? That's what you're going to find. So yeah, the power of definitely focusing on establishing empowering beliefs that will determine the course of your existence. Absolutely. Appreciate you, Jeannie. And Abdi and Sam, I'm so happy for your shift. Thank you so much. And Joyce is here, and Jody and Frank. Absolutely, my life would change probably instantly if I was able to be comfortable with venturing into the unknown. Absolutely. So I love that you've taken it on board, Frank, and you're an action taker and you're actually answering that question, because from that place now you can see what you have been doing and how life could be better. So I would really get you to reinforce what that scenario would look like. How would life change? How would it be for the better if you were to definitely change your relationship in terms of being comfortable with the unknown. And remember, you've got to establish that certainty and belief within yourself that you can handle any inevitable challenge that you will be faced with. You can't avoid challenge. And in fact, I know every single one of you guys watching a video like this, you don't want to avoid challenge, because you know that challenge is always your opportunity for growth. It's the necessary opportunity for growth. You can't grow without the challenge. So welcome it and trust and believe that you can handle it, and come from a place of excitement of what you're about to discover. Love that, Frank. Thank you. And Shabirth, loving that you're finding these powerful words. And Andrew and Liam and Pervez, thanks for being here. And Sam, thank you. Love that you're loving the hairdo today. And Christopher is here, and Charlie. What a delicate, beautiful flower. Keep getting better in all. Oh, thank you so much, Charlie. Appreciate you. And Claude, howdy from Texas. I love Texas. I can't wait to get back there. And Josie and Rudy just joined. What book are you talking about? Yep, just so to reiterate, it was Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers, an oldie, a classic, but so empowering in terms of establishing that core belief that you can handle whatever inevitable challenge you are faced with. So thanks for asking, Rudy. And Tristan's here, and Tony and Charlie. We all have choices to make, absolutely. And Jolene and Murray and Shane and Claude, I like the way you think. Thanks, Tony Robbins. Yes, absolutely. Yes, and Tony has just, you know, he's an incredible human being, like I know that all of you guys know, in terms of shifting people's mindset, and a lot of what I deliver absolutely comes from my studies and work with Tony. So I love that, Claude and Firoz and Gary and Lee and Jeannie. If you want to grow, you must go to the unknown. Absolutely. So true, Jeannie, and thank you for that. And Melanie, good afternoon. You look so pretty today. Oh, thank you. Thanks for your inspirational words. You are absolutely so welcome, Melanie, and thank you so much for your kindness, and thank you for being here. And guys, that really is my message for you guys today. I really hope that it here has inspired you to ask yourself some more quality questions about your relationship with the comfortable and the unknown, and see how much your life would shift and change for the better if you made it your focus and desire to get more comfortable with the unknown and really go from that place, because it is in the unknown, it is in what we haven't yet to experience that we discover new lessons that allow us to take us to the new level of our potential. So hoping that all resonated with you guys, and I am absolutely sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I hope it's beautiful. I hope it's not quite as hot as it is here. It's steaming. It's about to thunderstorm here in Greensboro in Melbourne, but I'm heading down the coast for some beach action, and can't wait to share that with you. No whales this time. They've left, unfortunately, but plenty of sunshine and beach. And Sam, much love to you, you beautiful human being. I'm signing off, and I will see you guys tomorrow.